Coming off their first losing streak of the season, Maccabi Haifa rolls into Rishon tonight to try and get back to their winning ways against a streaking team from Rishon LeZion. Good evening, everyone. Aaron Heller along with Simi Rieger welcome you to Rishon LeZion. This is Israel's fourth largest city, and it seems only fitting that tonight Maccabi Haifa, the country's third largest city, comes in after losing against Jerusalem, against Tel Aviv. Tonight they're going up against a Rishon team who's 5-7, Simi, but they've been on a bit of a roll lately.
Yeah, they start off the season really bad. They were playing terrible basketball. They've gotten their team together lately, a couple of minor changes. The team has come together. They're starting to get in shape. They know each other, what they want to do, and they've been on, like they've won 4 out of 5 games.
Now, of course, for Maccabi Haifa, the last 2 games have been very difficult, and the last one especially so because it was their first one without their starting small forward, Moshe Mizrahi. Tonight, the guys who are going to have to fill in for him, and for the rest of the season perhaps even, are Jesse Polarosa, are Richard Roby. How do those guys fill in the slack for him?
Moshe Mizrahi is probably the best shooter on the team. He's 6'8", 6'9", can shoot it. Jesse is much more of a driving streak type of shooter, more physical. Defensively, he's a lot better. And Roby is an excellent player. I think you got to get more game. But the problem is the Israeli rule, the Russian rule that we call, where 2 Israelis have to be on the court at the same time.
And of course, Richard Roby with that breakout performance a week ago against Maccabi Tel Aviv, scoring 20 points. You see the numbers for both of those players this season. Pretty comparable between the two, and they're both going to be asked to step up their game in the absence of Moshe Mizrahi. Let's talk tonight now about our featured matchup for this evening. Of course, it highlights Davon Jefferson, who's been the main gun for Haifa all season long, and tonight he's going up against a guy named Rod Grizzard, pretty good player himself.
Yeah, Rod Grizzard, he's a young man that went to University of Alabama, played for Gottfried there. He's a streak player. He's a lefty. He goes to the basket real well. When he gets hot, he's almost impossible to stop. He played he played in a very tough league, and he's a very good player. He's just not consistent. Davon Jefferson is the best player in the league by far, in my opinion. The problem was last week, he didn't get enough touches. He got 11 points in the first half and then never saw the ball again. Davon also makes the players around him a lot better. He's the best player in the league, and if they really work on him to become a 3, he could be in the league next year.
And the league you're referring to, of course, the NBA. He's sure got NBA numbers so far. You take a look at them right there. 18-8 on the season, picking up his numbers in the assist category as well. Grizzard just under 10 a game, but Rishon, as you mentioned, Sammy, they've got a lot of weapons, and we're going to see Meir Tapiro and a bunch of those other players when we come back. Our main feature for this evening, Rishon LeZion at 5-7 against Maccabi Haifa, 8-4, the main event coming up. Avi, you're coming off your first losing streak of the season against 2 tough teams. What does this game mean to you tonight to get them back on the right track?
I think every game is important. It doesn't matter what we did a week ago. Rishon LeZion is one of our competitors for the Final Four. We beat them in Haifa. And I think that it will be a huge advantage if you can do it tonight again.
You're without Moshe Mizrahi again tonight. How does that change your rotation, your lineup, the way that you plan your game?
I'm not sure that everybody aware, especially not in state, that there is a Russian rule here in Israel. It means that we need to play with 2 Israeli players all over the game in the 5 for the floor. And the Moshe Mizrahi injury impact the team in the way that we need another Israeli to come to the floor and to perform well. We try to do it in Nokia against Makati with Todd Golden. I hope that it will work better tonight.
All right, well, good luck.
Thank you very much.
That was Maccabi Haifa coach Avi Ashkenazi. I'm Aaron Heller along with Simi Rieger, and you see the season comparison between these 2 squads, Haifa and Rishon. By the numbers, it's going Haifa's way. The league's leading defensive team, the league's leading rebounding team, and unfortunately also, if you're a fan, the leader in turnovers. So you see there they've also won the previous game against Haifa. That was a game, Simi, when Moshe Mizrahi scored 17 points, his season high. He, of course, is out tonight with the injury.
Yeah, but the major problem is that Rishon LeZion has gelled as a team in the last couple of weeks. They've won 4 out of 5 last games, losing a really tough game to Jerusalem, in Jerusalem, which they should have won. And Haifa's has a 2-game losing streak. And this is a big game for both teams. Haifa understands how important this game is, because next game they have is the Galil, who beat them by about 327,000 points.
That was the big blowout in round number
Yep.
round number 3, and we see take a look here at the other games going on right now tonight, Saturday night. Rishon LeZion, Haifa tomorrow. Matchups between Netanya, Ramat Gan, Nahariya against Maccabi Tel Aviv, Nea Sharon against Afula, Holon against Ashkelon, and then Galil Gilboa against Jerusalem. And that's probably got to be the big game.
Yeah,
of
but
this
Galil
round.
Gilboa, Jerusalem, is being postponed for next week because there's the Cup next week, and these two teams aren't playing. And one of the channels is Channel 10 is doing it for the Israeli League.
And we should mention at this time that we are off next week because of those Cup games. We will only be back broadcasting in another 2 weeks, and that'll be in Haifa against Galil Gilboa. Let's take a look at our starting lineups for this evening for Maccabi Haifa. You've got the lineup that they went with last week with the absence of Moshe Mizrahi. In his place, you see Jesse Pello-Rosa, and then, of course, Ido Kujikaro in place of Jefferson. The Rishon starting lineup, you got Larry O'Bannon in the backcourt with Avi Ben Shimol, Rod Grizzard, Erez Markovich, the veteran captain of this team, and Delron Johnson up front. Coming off the bench, of course, you will see number 12, Meir Tapiro, who just was recognized before the game for getting 4,000 points in his career.
And that's a very, very strong team, a very, very tough team. O'Bannon's an excellent player, played at Louisville for Rick Pitino. Assistant coach then was Willard and Mick Cronin. Willard is now at Iona. Cronin's at University of Cincinnati. He's an excellent two-guard that can also play the three. Deron Johnson, he played at University of Nevada, Las Vegas. He's like 29, 30 years old. He played for Billy Bano, who's now the assistant, one of the assistants at the Portland Trailblazers. And here we have the referees. Yaron Zarif in the middle, Erez Gurion on your right-hand side, and David Esmili was on your left-hand side.
So Rishon LeZion, a very tough team, and in your screen over there you see, just for a moment there, was the veteran Meir Tapiro, who's played for 15 years in the league. If he scores 10 more points than me, he is going to pass the legendary Tal Brody in the all-time scoring list of the Israeli league. So big evening for him, perhaps.
Yeah, and what we talked about earlier is Ron Grizzard, who played at University of Alabama for Gottfried, who's a very lefty. He's a very up-and-down player. If he's on, he's a very difficult player to stop. Aaron McGee comes off the bench. He played at Oklahoma for Calvin Sampson, and also for a while he was at the University of Cincinnati for Huggins for a couple of years.
You saw there that brief ceremony a moment ago. Meir Tapiro coming off the bench tonight, as well as another big guy you'll see, Aaron McGee, off the bench. So they're a pretty deep team, a team that had a really rough schedule to get it started. Like you mentioned, lost their first 4, but they've gelled, and from the bottom, they've really picked up. You see that over the years, these teams have played 24 times. Haifa winning that matchup 13-11, and Haifa's won the last 5 games in a row. In those 5 games, Rishon has never to score more than 75 points, so we'll see what we have tonight.
Yeah, their coach is Effie Berenbaum, who's a veteran coach. He started coaching when I started coaching many moons ago.
Wow, that's got to be a long time ago.
And his wife is sitting right behind me, so I can't say anything bad because she'll hit me over the head.
And she can hear everything.
Very nice woman. Dvora's a wonderful, really supports her husband, comes to all the games, is involved in the basketball. You know, the way...
and you're not just saying that because she's sitting here.
I'm saying it because it's a fact.
And we are underway. Rishon LeZion has the ball. That is Avi Ben Shimol, the starting point guard for them, number 11. Delron Johnson facing up with Davon early on here. Fans getting into it, and there is Ben Shimol pulling up and drilling it to get Rishon to a quick lead.
Effie Berenbaum, that's a kid. Ben Shimol grew up in the Maccabi Tel Aviv youth program. Effie Berenbaum, the coach, really likes him, gives him a lot of minutes, lets him run the club.
Jason Rich with the left hand gets deflected there by Markovich, and here comes Ben Shimol again. His backup, Meir Tapiro, is the leading assist man in the league with 7 a game. O'Bannon is the leading scorer of this team with 15.7 a game.
Yeah, I was talking to O'Bannon before the game, and he really likes Israel. This is his second year with Rishon LeZion. Very talented player.
Hometown Louisville, Kentucky, graduated from the University of Louisville in 2005. Not to be confused with the O'Bannon brothers. Ed and Larry played for UCLA.
Yeah, the only thing in common is the last name.
That's true. So a turnover there from Haifa.
He's a very, very nice person. He's really a classy kid.
And it's all Rishon early on here as Dror Hajjaj pressing Ben Shimol. Hajjaj was out of the lineup for a couple weeks. There's O'Bannon with a tough shot. Cannot get the roll, and a mistimed the jump there by Kujikaro, and Rishon regroups. A battle of veteran Israelis down low. Erez Markovic and Ido Kujikaro. Delron Johnson wide open for three and rattles it home. 8-0 for Rishon to start this one off.
You know, and these guys are getting clean looks at the basket, which isn't a very good thing. They're, you know, they're not being contested, and when you're at your home court, that's a problem.
Hajjaj, tough defense by Rishon. Rich takes a shot, and he gets it. First bucket of the game for Jason Rich. The second leading scorer on this team at 13.2 points a game. Graduated from Florida State in 2008.
Yeah, I was talking to him before the game that Florida State lost a real tough game at home this week to University of Maryland, which shouldn't be happening.
So Haifa gets on the board with that bucket by Jason Rich. There is Rod Grizzard. We talked about him before the game, and he just got poked in the face, it looks like.
Looks like he got hit in the eye.
Yeah. And that's a match of some nice dreadlocks over there. Between the cornrows of Pelo Rosa and the dreads of Grizzard.
Kid needs a haircut.
Grizzard averaging 10 points a game this year. He's from the University of Alabama, and he played last season in Australia, way down under. Good defense there. Here's Jefferson all alone. Get ready for takeoff. Boom. Touchdown, Davon Jefferson.
And that's something that the Haifa team needs, is getting some offense from their defense.
Delron Johnson's got a few inches on Jefferson. It's a tough assignment, and
walk.
he used the elbow
That's
to push in, too.
Oh, my. Oh, that's an offensive foul.
It is indeed. He threw his right elbow right into Davon.
Here we
Take
go.
a look.
See him push
Boom,
him
right over there.
Yep.
Davon doing a good job of selling it. And you see a replay here all alone. That's as easy as it's going to come for Davon. Two-handed tomahawk.
Yep.
And Davon Jefferson last week had a really tough week. 11 points against Maccabi Tel Aviv, a season low in attempts from the field.
All in the first quarter, and then they didn't throw him the ball anymore.
And very frustrating for him. He's try to get off to an early start, and he does, drilling that three-pointer right there. Davon Jefferson, not much of a three-point shooter, only 22% this season, but you got to respect it. He scored over 20 in 6 out of the 12 games this season. Crashing the boards, there's Davon. He's got 8 rebounds as well. And he's going to take this on his own. All the way, ran out of room. Ran out of real estate, but he does get the call. And Effie Birnbaum asking why, and we might have to ask the same thing. It looked like he just ran out of room there, and I don't know.
In my eyes, that's an offensive foul, but
as in mine, but Davon gets the benefit. He's getting those superstar calls already, you know.
Markovic took the charge really nicely. Davon should have passed the ball to his point guard, who was running right next to him, and now he's getting 2 shots. That's adding insult to injury.
Exactly. It wasn't there, and it wasn't in the act of shooting either. So Haifa getting the benefit of the doubt here, and with that, they tie the game up. So Rishon starts out with an 8-0 run, and now Haifa on a 8-0 run.
really don't understand how he's shooting. You know, that's crazy.
And just like that, Haifa in the lead. So erasing an 8-point deficit in just about 2 minutes there. Haifa hitting their stride. You see it right over there. Last 2:30, 9-0 run for Haifa.
And the whole thing started with the steal on the defensive when it was 8-0.
Markovic to Ben Shimol. No foul. Jefferson, this time he gives it up. Pelot Rosa gets hacked by O'Bannon. They had numbers.
And that's a smart play by O'Bannon because he was in front of him, so it couldn't be a flagrant foul. Fouled him immediately, ball on the side.
Ball on the side, and Haifa had numbers 3-on-1, so good defensive play there by O'Bannon.
Yeah, if Bellarosa would have just thrown the ball to the other side instead of giving the kid a chance to make the foul.
3 fouls on Rishon early on here. Ito Kujikaro. Jason Rich. Bumps into Ben Shimol, trying to find some room, but he steps out of bounds.
Jason should be giving up the ball more. Instead of dribbling the ball, he should pass it, move without the ball. Or he had the jump shot immediately to take it. We see Grizzard posting up Bellarosa, which is Grizzard's much taller than him.
So Pelot Rosa in the starting lineup, finding himself now after the injury to Moshe Mizrahi. He was quite prolific off the bench, but last week did not score. Had a real tough time against Tel Aviv. And look at that, Delron flying but missing the dunk.
Grizzard's like 6'7.5" against Bellarosa's like 6'3". Took advantage of it, Davon King, and changed his shot.
Delron Johnson averaging 13 points, 7 rebounds a game. He's going to be matched up with Davon most of this evening. There's Pelot Rosa with a nice up and under move.
Nice, and that's amazing. That's a weak defensive play by the
Rishon team.
Rishon. They both went with the guy who came off the pick, and nobody went with the guy underneath.
And good D there by Jason Rich, altering that jumper from O'Bannon. Trying to come back the other way, down to Jefferson. 2 men on him, nowhere to go, and they're going to have to regroup. And they do. Jason Rich now. Jefferson's going to go by Markowitz. Cannot finish. Rebound Ben Shimon. And Rishon, after that hot streak, has gone ice cold here. Have not scored in more than 4 minutes. There you see it.
Oh, wow.
And they can't get the follow there, too. That's Kujikaro. The ball bouncing everywhere, and it's going to be Haifa ball.
It's a foul. They called a foul against number 6. I don't know what's going on.
And if you hear that yelling in the background, Simi, that is Effie Birnbaum's wife. She doesn't know what's going on either.
Her name is Dvora. She's a very nice woman.
Not very happy with the refereeing so far.
Sometimes you can understand it.
So you see now, Meir Tapiro, number 12 in the game. So is number 13, Aaron McGee. Played a year ago in Nahariya and in Maccabi Tel Aviv in the latter stages, and they make their first appearance tonight.
And they went straight for the post up on Pelarosa on Meir Tapiro. Meir is not really known for his defensive prowess. Here we see Effie Birnbaum, the coach, yelling at one of the referees.
And because they're in the penalty now, they're going to the line. Jesse Pelot Rosa. I always do that, Simi. The league's leading free throw shooter just missed one.
Here's Avi Ashkenazi talking about what they should be doing with his point guard, Dror Hajjaj. And there's a substitution. O'Bannon's going back in.
Delron Johnson takes a seat.
So they're going with 3 guards now with a small lineup.
Aaron McGee, the big guy down low. They've got Grizzard now matching up with Jefferson, and they're going to go with Tapiro, Ben Shimol, and O'Bannon. A quick lineup now for Rishon.
Aaron's a lefty.
And a nice lefty shot there. Ends the drought for Rishon there with Aaron McGee off the bench. Gets his team within 2.
He's a lefty, so you have to push him to his right.
Davon kept with it, finished. Looked like he had run out of room, but manages to adjust and flip the ball up from the opposite side. 4-point lead for Haifa now, 3.5 to go.
Making something out of nothing. That's Davon Jefferson.
The number 13's matching up, and that's a pair of heavyweights there. Delron, no, that's McGee throwing it away. Numbers, 4-on-1. Rich finishes.
That's a great play by Jason that he gave it to the point guard, making the guy make a decision, the defensive guy, and then the layup and giving it back.
That's what the point guard does. He's paid to make the decisions on the team, and Dror Hajjaj with a nice dime over there. One of the league leaders. He's averaging 5 assists a game this season.
In my opinion, he's the best point guard on the ball defense in the league. He gets right into your neck and doesn't let go.
6-point lead for Haifa, led by Davon Jefferson and his 9 points. And the foul is called.
And that's the third. Hajjaj. That's the third foul against Haifa, the second against Dror Hajjaj. And here we have Benda coming in for him.
Tapiro loves to pull up, short on that one.
That's an important thing. It was contested, even if it was a big man that was contesting it.
Pelo Rosa trying to get open. Benda with 10 on the shot clock. Jefferson, nice move. Tough shot, though. Cannot connect. And there's Pelo Rosa flying in from nowhere, making something, but Rishon recovers it. Ben Shimon. O'Bannon pulls up for 3. Gets it. Dead-eye shooter. Larry O'Bannon, leading scorer on this team.
Aaron McGee, not known for his defensive prowess. He makes the foul on Kujikaro. There's Larry making that jump shot right in somebody's face, nothing but net.
Larry O'Bannon, also his team's leading free throw shooter, 87.5 percentage points. And here comes Kujikaro to the line, who quietly, in a very long career, having one of his best seasons this year. Excellent numbers for him, 11 points, 8 rebounds. 55% shooting from the field, and you see there just under 70% from the line. The captain of Maccabi Haifa. In comes Richard Roby for Davon Jefferson, getting heavy breather, and Richard Roby, I don't know if you can call him a hero because they got blown out a week ago, but he definitely was the top player for Haifa a week ago.
And that's a good substitution by Avi Ashkenazi 2 minutes before the end of the quarter to give Davon a rest also in between quarters, so it'll turn into like a 5-minute rest.
McGee in on Kujikaro, tried to get the flop, cannot. Did not get the call, and Aaron McGee with his 4th point. A minute and a half to go. Haifa's lead is only 3. You see the press there. Nice backdoor they go. Rich finds himself open, but they have to regroup, and the shot clock down to 6 right now. Rich takes it, buries it.
Nice shot, 2-point shot. That's with the buzzer after doing everything wrong on the offense, but scoring.
Fans cheering on Larry O'Bannon here. And that is quite a matchup too. Him going at Jason Rich, 2 very quick guards. And the foul is going to be called on Jason Rich.
And that's his 2nd foul. No, 1st foul, I'm sorry. My mistake. And that's the 4th foul of the period, which means every foul from now on is a two-shot foul.
And Avi Ashkenazi going deep to his bench right now. Bunch of guys coming in. Benda is in. Ben Strong making his first appearance of the night. The guy who was a starter for a lot of this season. Now coming in off the bench. Tough shot there. Rebound. Ben Strong. So Haifa going with their 2 point guards now. Hajjaj and Ben David together. They've had some success with this lineup. And this is the lineup, Simi, which made that big run a week ago in Haifa when he pulls out all the starters, goes with the bench. And they made the big run last week.
Oh, my God.
And
oh, my God.
Ben Strong from the perimeter.
And everybody's cheering happy birthday to Ben.
Ben Strong, of course, broke his nose in practice a couple weeks ago, was playing with that mask, and tonight.
That really set him back, Aaron.
Without the mask.
Yeah. He finally told me he finally feels good.
He was the starter for most of the season. Then Jeremy Tyler came in for him when he was injured. And now neither of them started because with Moshe Mizrahi out of the game.
That's a nice look.
It was a very
and
nice
that's
look.
the end of the period.
And that almost went in, that flip shot there by Ben David, but the period comes to an end, and the score is 22-17 for Haifa. We'll be right back.
שימו לב, אם הוא קולע מטווח השלוש, הוא יזכה בשובר מתנה ארוחה זוגית עשירה במסגרת ההמבורגרים, פליטבול שבראשון לציון, דרך המכבים 8. וכמובן, בוא אליי, שני ניסיונות יש לך. לא קלטת הראשון, יש לך...
So the first period is history. Haifa 22-17, and the leading scorer from this quarter is Davon Jefferson. He had 9 on 3 for 5 shooting with those 3 rebounds, and you see well on his way to his season average. Got off to an early start with that quick dunk, and you see some of his highlights there, pulling up for the 3-point shot and basically having his way with defenders who couldn't keep up with him. You see that was the one where he got stuck and just kept with it. 9 points for Davon Jefferson in that first period.
Yeah, not just that, it's making things easier for the other guys on the team. Because when Davon gets the ball, there's like either a double or a guys coming to help immediately, and that opens it up for other people to make the quick jump shots. And that's a very important thing, which didn't happen last week in the Maccabi Tel Aviv game.
A lot of things did happen in that Maccabi Tel Aviv game, and we'll talk about those briefly. A lot of it having to do with the injury to Moshe Mizrahi. Todd Golden, who had only played 3 games this whole season, got some serious minutes there, did not score, but had to fill in on that slot for the Israeli. And the guy who really did pay most of the price was the guy who signed your screen a moment ago. Jeremy Tyler was starting until there. He did not play at all, just a few seconds, I believe. And
but Todd Golden came into the game with 2 minutes left in the first quarter with another sub, and you can't do that if a guy doesn't play the whole year long and throw him to the Wolves, Maccabi Tel Aviv, on an away game, and then all of a sudden they miss some stuff. Tel Aviv gets the confidence, and all of a sudden it was a blowout.
And then what happened was, towards the end of the third quarter, Haifa got a run together, and was thanks to Richard Roby and the team we see out there right now, along with Pilot Rosa and Ben David and Strong. But then they started at the fourth quarter, got blown out right again at the end. Final result was a 20-point loss.
And here you have Avi Ashkenazi with 2 point guards, Hajjaj and Benda. You really don't have much scoring strength in there.
Richard Roby might be your main target here with this lineup out there on the court. Benda with the move. Gets inside, pulls up, nice play.
Smart player, Benda. Had Grizzard on him. Grizzard was afraid of getting blown by, moved back, and he makes the shot.
Benda is having one of his lowest scoring years, only averaging 4 points a game. But he's come up big, and he's leading the league in 3-point shooting percentage at 57 percentage points.
Aaron,
he comes through when you need him.
At a point guard position, the scoring isn't really that crucial. Here we see the pass inside to Aaron McGee. The major thing is he making the people next to him, alongside him, better? That's the question.
And in limited minutes, he is. McGee gets fouled there hard by Strong.
Yeah, that's a nice rub-off that they rubbed the point guard onto Aaron McGee, and then Aaron McGee just took a step in and he got a bounce pass.
And this is Rishon's first trip to the free throw line all game. Here's a little tidbit of information for you. A week ago, Aaron McGee setting the season high for free throws made. He went 13 for 50 in the line against Jerusalem. So this is a guy who can get there. He's very physical underneath the hoop and a very good free throw shooter as well.
And plus he's a lefty, so people aren't used to guarding lefties. And here's a press, a 2-2-1 press. That was one of the most ineffective presses that I've seen. And they go into a 2-3 zone.
Jefferson back there out on the court now. Hajjaj pulls up for 3. Got it.
You have to remember, Dror Hajjaj grew up in the Rishon LeZion organization. His parents live here. He was a very, very good player. He played with Markovich on the same team.
So a nice homecoming tonight for the Haifa point guard, and with that, he gets his team to their biggest lead of the evening. They're up by 9 points now. Aaron McGee gets triple teamed. Grizzard gets decked.
And that was a great pass by Tapiro to Aaron McGee.
As we take a look at the replay there, and a little hip check there by Ben Strong.
Yeah, man.
And that is the third personal foul on Ben Strong.
Yeah, but, you know, that's his job.
He gives you fouls. Yep.
Yeah. This is my territory. You come into my territory, you're going to pay for it.
And
that's a good sign, Aaron.
And he's helping the team if Davon Jefferson's not getting called for those fouls.
Yep.
Hajjaj with the rebound. As Haifa tries to push this lead into double digits.
And they go back to the man-to-man.
Oh, right through the fingertips of Davon Jefferson. Cannot hold on to the bullet pass by Hajjaj. 3 turnovers apiece for each team. That's been the Achilles heels for this team as long as we've been covering it. Last year and this season as well, they lead the league in that department. And it's interesting, Simi, if you look at that. I mean, on the one hand, they're crucial defense. But on offense, not a huge scoring team, but the turnovers have always been an issue for them.
Yeah, that hurts. And we saw Tapiro coming out of the game, talking to Effie Birnbaum, the coach. Oh, wow, the kid missed the layup.
Made a nice move.
Yeah.
But I guess
it was so nice we set it together.
Exactly. He was so impressed by it, he forgot to make the layup.
Yep.
Davon. Back to Hajjaj. Benda, baseline. Nice move, flip shot.
Yeah, and he got Larry O'Bannon coming out at him on a bad closeout, and he pumped the ball up, took one dribble. Here we see it. We were supposed to see here. He goes to the bucket, makes the layup, and that's nice basketball.
And that's a timeout. We'll be right back. We are back. It's our first time out of the evening, and you know what that means, Simi. It's time for you folks at home to go and get your Maccabi Haifa merchandise on our screen, triangleinternet.tv. You have a link right there to trianglefs.com.
Have the great sweatshirts that they have with the hoods. That's
brand new.
For the winter time.
Brand new
it's
hoodies.
Nice. It's nice.
Keep you warm and toasty in those cold winter evenings. And it's getting cold here, Simi, especially in Jerusalem. We are in the dead of winter here in Israel. Compared to America, it's not that bad. But it does get a little bit cold here in the
Not that bad. It's summertime compared to America.
A couple weeks ago, I was out with a T-shirt in the middle of December. Like to see.
No underwear, nothing, huh? Just a T-shirt, huh?
You can't do that in the States.
No, it's really nice weather, but there's a problem. It's sunny during the day, really hot, you know, and you get bundled up, and then at 3:30, all of a sudden it turns cold. Half the country is sick, walking around with runny noses.
And Mayor Tapiro, not looking like he's too healthy this evening, is shooting 0 out of 3. A nice move though by Ben Shimon.
Ben Shimon has gone to the hoop every time he wants to, and that's a bad sign. Nobody picked up. And we got Yehu Orland, a great shooter.
Kushikaro rejected by Aaron McGee.
Wow. Aaron McGee can't jump, and he blocked the shot. That means that Kushikaro jumps less. And there's...
Nice move by Kushikaro, but throws it away with a pickup there from McGee. Aaron McGee making his presence felt. With the foul and the bucket right there. Foul on Davon Jefferson. And that'll be a big thing here for Aaron McGee. He has got 7 points now to become the leading scorer for Rishon, and all off the bench.
And Haifa has committed 4 fouls in 3 minutes of this quarter, and Rishon has none. So every time from now on that there's a foul against the Haifa team, Rishon goes to the foul line for 2 shots.
Aaron McGee, perfect from the field and from the line.
Aaron is definitely a big time scorer.
Trims the Haifa lead down to 6. Nice pass.
Nice back.
Oh, and the ball got away from Jason Rich, and he's kicking himself. But look at Kujikaro looking
Nice
like a point
pass,
guard
nice
there.
back door by Jason, and he missed the layup, and he's talking to himself.
He got hit, but he expected to be able to finish that. And that'll be a timeout. We'll be right back. It's been a battle of the big men so far. Davon Jefferson has 9. Aaron McGee has 8 for Rishon, and it's a 6-point lead for Haifa with under 7 minutes to go in the half.
And I want to tell you, Aaron, I think this team has, the Rishon team has more talent than just about any other team in the league. They have really good American players, 4 of them.
And Rishon LeZion, they're 5 and 7 now. They're in position to get those final 8 positions for
and
the playoffs.
their Israeli players are excellent with a fellow by the name of Itai Lev that doesn't get game. He's 6'7" forward. Had a scholarship for him for the University of Kentucky 4 or 5 years ago when Tubby Smith was there. And I don't know, the team just hasn't gelled for some reason. They've won 4 of the last 5.
And depending on how well they do, this could be a potential first-round matchup in the playoffs. The picture becoming clearer with Tel Aviv establishing its dominance, followed by Galil, Jerusalem, and then Haifa and Netanya all in the mix there. And, of course, the bottom part of the league, which you didn't get to see the standings today. Irani Ramat Gan looks awful, Simi. Nahariya Paul not that great either, and pretty much there are only a few teams who are going to be fighting for that spot.
Ramat Gan changed their coach, fired Daniel Gott, the head coach, and left the assistant coach as the coach, which I don't understand, because if you're part of this system, then you should get fired too.
Ben Shimol finds McGee out there. Yehu Orland. He's got a quick trigger, Simi, but no good that time.
He's a very, very good shooter. He just missed a wide open look.
Seven-point lead for Haifa. Roby fighting with Yehu Orland down low. He thinks he can take him. He's got the height advantage on him. Fadeaway Jay rolls in and out. Ben Shimol trying to find an open man. Down low is McGee again, and he gets it. And he is perfect tonight.
That's a great play. They run off a pick, they give it to him, the guy comes out and helps, and then they dump it down to Aaron for an easy layup.
Aaron McGee in double figures now, the game high scorer. Not for long though, here comes Jefferson. Cannot connect. O'Bannon, very smooth into the rim. Cannot get the roll, but he is fouled. He is one of the smoothest penetrators in the league. You see him just skip into the lane right over there and get by Jason Rich. Cannot get the roll.
The second on Jason.
And Larry O'Bannon going to the line, where he is at 87.5% free throw shooter. It's his second season here in Rishon. And he makes them both. Jason Rich going to take his seat. Jesse Pello Rosa back in the game. Benda gets by Ben Shimol. Nice look to Jefferson. Up and under. Bucket in the foul.
And that's Ben David at his best. Beating this player off the dribble, and then when the big man comes to help, dumping it off to Davon for a layup. And, of course, the bonus now.
And Ben Shimol got beat off the dribble, and then the one ending up doing the foul on Davon Jefferson. You see over there the numbers for the 24-year-old forward, 11 and 3 tonight. Make that 12. They're going Aaron McGee. He has been the hot hand so far. Yehu Orland way off the mark. Roby with the rebound.
That's usually money in the bank.
Ben Shimol tries for it. Kujikawa throws it away, and Jefferson saves it somehow. Benda running out of time, gets it in there.
Nice shot, banking it off the backboard.
And Benda having himself a heck of a game.
It's in the bank, Aaron. Rishon LeZion is about 20 minutes, 15 minutes
South of Tel Aviv.
South of Tel Aviv, which is in about an hour and a quarter from Haifa. A city that has really just expanded with ridiculous proportions.
It's amazing, and like I mentioned in the pregame, it is the 4th largest city in Israel, though most people outside the country may not even know of it. Of course, Jerusalem, the largest city, then Tel Aviv, then Haifa, and then Rishon LeZion.
Jerusalem's the largest city?
Well, it depends how you count it, but if you count the greater Jerusalem.
If you count the people of Tel Aviv.
Depends which people you count.
That's true, too.
But those two, of course, the biggest cities in Israel, and Haifa solidly number 3. So you have yourselves the 3rd and 4th largest cities being represented tonight here in this game in Rishon. Primarily a residential city. They love their team here in Rishon. DJ.
Nice play. They missed it, but nice play. And then we got
bodies flying everywhere.
Yes.
Bodies flying everywhere underneath the bucket. Pelo Rosa was down, then Roby, then Kujikawa goes flying. Let's take a look at that again.
And here we see it. The shot going up. Guys hustling for it. Aaron saying, get your weak stuff out of here.
And yeah, getting pretty physical down there. When half the players are on the ground and half are standing up, you know it's a physical game. 6-point lead for Haifa, just over 4 to go in the half. Pace of Haifa ball. Roby tries to thread the needle. And he gets fouled.
Richard,
fans begging for traveling.
Ball on the side, which is a ridiculous call because it was a shooting foul.
Well, they're getting even with them from that foul before on DJ. Roby pulls up from the perimeter, gets it.
Nothing but net. That's a nice pick on the other side. O'Bannon got out there too late. Roby, you got to remember, a Colorado, University of Colorado graduate.
O'Bannon, tough shot there and great defense. Roby sticking his hand in there. Pelo Rosa has the ball now. Benda.
It was a good rotation.
Oh, a nice save there by Jefferson, diving for it. Wide open, Kujikawa gets it, and mark those down for Davon Jefferson.
Yes, Kujikawa making a jump shot. I guess it's everybody's birthday today. Bringing it to a 10-point lead.
Jefferson dives out of bounds right before us over here, taps it back in, and another assist for Ben David, who's having himself a great first half. Take a look at the replay there. Boom. Gets it. Ben Shimol back in the game for Yehu Orland.
And there's Itai Lev coming in for O'Bannon. I really like this guy. You know, he's been hurt the last couple of years. Got married. He's probably hurting even more now.
He's got a lot of heart, Simi.
Yeah, Lev. Yeah, that means heart in Hebrew. He should have been playing for Tubby Smith in Kentucky. Instead, he stayed here.
And Meir Tapiro finally gets his first point. He was 0-4 until that over there, and only 9 points to go, and he will reach 4,040 points in his career, which will put him over the top of Tal Brody, the legendary Maccabi Tel Aviv player.
Nice move. Roby's going to the hole. Smart move. He has Tapiro on him, who's a weak defensive player. and that gives them the shot. They're going to the weaknesses of the Rishon team. I don't understand why they don't play more zone Rishon. But then again, I don't understand a lot of things.
And Roby bricks that.
Wow, that was a serious brick. Reminds me of my foul shots. Not everybody was a great shooter like you, Aaron. Not everybody.
You know it. Richard Roby, 59% free throw shooter.
Money.
Gets that one.
Yep. So it's back to 10 points.
Effie Birnbaum in your screen. Coach of Rishon LeZion.
Nice guy, really a hard-working coach. Been coaching in the league for
a long time.
Since the 80s.
And he had a brief stint also as the coach of Maccabi Tel Aviv, and stress brief. Got fired after half a season there.
Gabi Ashkenazi in your picture talking to Roby, I think it is. Yeah.
It is indeed. And the foul is on Richard Roby. That's his first.
Yeah, he has to use his legs instead of his hands when you're playing defense.
Haifa is in the penalty. And one more foul, Rishon will be as well. So Ben Shimon makes them both. Played in Ashkelon last year.
He's been around, you know. He was up in the Galil for a while. And now they're in their type of zone.
And a rebound. Jefferson pops out of his hands, though. Aaron McGee collects that rebound.
And Davon had that ball in his hands.
Tapiro pulls up and gets it. That is classic Meir Tapiro. And a timeout for Haifa. They want to think it over as the lead goes down to 5. We'll be right back. You see the highlights over there, but what the fans here are cheering about were those break dancers we just saw. Sammy, could you do that?
Sure. If I got down on the floor, I'd never be able to get up. You'd have to bring me my food there.
But you know what, Simmy? You were talking here about your shots. I saw you on TV this week, and you were shooting some free throws in a studio audience. You made 2 out of 3, if I'm not mistaken.
You're not mistaken, and that was, I'll never do it again. It was my birthday. It was a lot of fun, you know. You didn't tell him, Aaron, that the basket was 3 feet high.
Well, hey, you know, I wasn't lying. I was just
right.
leaving out that information.
Yep.
2 minutes, 15 to go here in the half. Haifa up by 5.
Jason Rich is back into the game. Actually, it's the starting lineup.
It is the starting lineup. And Rishon deep in the bench. They got Lev, they got Tapiro, they got McGee in there. Pelo Rosa, 4 on the shot clock. 3, 2, 1.
Money.
Got it.
Money of 3. Bye, Jason. That's a big bucket. Because now it's 8 instead of going down to 3.
And with that, Jason Rich is in double figures now, joining his compadre, Davon Jefferson.
And Haifa is in a zone, a 3-2 zone. Ben
Shimon gets open. Wow. Nice shot for him.
Wow, that's a tough bucket. Going the opposite way. He's really improved his game this year, Aaron. He's become a real player. He's leading this team.
Well, what's it with the ponytail?
You have to ask his girlfriend.
Fujikaro, it's off of him. So Ito having his struggles in the first half tonight. Turnover number 5. You see there the pass out there, and the light on the backboard says that's the end of the 24-second shot clock, and Jason got it just in time.
And we're in the last minute of the half. Oh, man.
And that's going to be a foul on Kujikaru, and McGee is going to go to the line because Haifa's in the penalty.
And that's ridiculous because Aaron McGee was going away from the basket. All his body balance is going out, and he pushed him from behind.
And he gets it. So Aaron McGee has been the top dog tonight for Rishon coming off the bench.
Yeah, he played for Kelvin Sampson at Oklahoma, University of Oklahoma. I was there about 3 or 4 years ago. There's absolutely nothing to do there.
Well, Aaron McGee this
Norman,
season,
Oklahoma,
averaging 15.6 points a game, and he's been very solid. Except for one game, he hasn't been below 13 points in any one game.
well, he's a scorer. The problem is he doesn't really play much defense. If he did, he'd be an NBA player.
Shot clock again, down to 4. Rich looking to get open. Judge has to let it fly. He does again. This time, no good. And the public address announcer saying, nice defense. In Israel, they're allowed to do that. It's not an NBA arena. They cheer on their team. Way to go, team. And here they go, trying to get the lead down even further. It's 4 points for Haifa now in a game that wasn't double figures not long ago.
Yeah, it's a 4-point game with 30 seconds left in the half. Grizzard coming in and Tapiro coming in for Itai Lev. Ben Shimol.
30 seconds to go as Effie Birnbaum trying to knot this thing up.
And Haifa is in a man-to-man defense.
Pelo Rosa playing tough on Tapiro. This guy knows how to protect the ball. You don't want to get called for any hand checks over there, especially when you're in the penalty. Down to 11 seconds. McGee pulls up. Doesn't connect. Jefferson, and they've got 7 seconds.
Took the shot too early.
And here comes Jefferson. All alone. Lets it fly. In and out. So that'll do it. That's your first half. 43 for Haifa, 39 for Rishon LeZion. And that'll do it. You see the scoring there getting a little bit more for Rishon LeZion, and we have got ourselves a
barn burner.
Yeah, we got ourselves a heck of a game there.
Yeah, and Davon was talking to the referees about the foul that they committed on him at the end of the first half. You can see Jefferson up with 12, Jason Rich 10, Ben David with 6, Kujikaru 4, Roby Richard 3.
And a mirror image almost there for Rishon LeZion.
Yeah,
McGee and Bannon. Bannon there.
Yeah, 12 and 10, 8 for Ben Shimol, Tapiro, and it's a tough game.
Well, let's take a look at your stats over there, and you see them. The three-point shots, Rishon with an advantage, 4 out of 6. The other things that'll pop out of you, pretty even, I got to tell you, through and through. Rishon with an advantage in free throws, but pretty much an even game, and you see that with the numbers as Haifa has got themselves a good battle tonight with Rishon. We're going to send you out now to our halftime presentation, the week in review in basketball and in soccer. Simi and I will be right back talking about Omri Caspi and a whole lot of other things. We'll be right back.
Shalom and welcome to the highlights of the 12th round of the Israeli Premiership Basketball League. I'm Gil Barak. Here we go. Maccabi Tel Aviv hosted Maccabi Haifa at Nokia Arena. Chuck Eatson started bad with one pass to the stands on one side and another to the stands across the floor. His next action was taking it strong to the hoop, but even that didn't turn out the way he wanted. Haifa kept on pushing the ball to Devon Jefferson, who was, as usual, the best player on the floor in the first quarter. Yet no one else in the visitors showed up to the game. Slowly, the yellow jerseys got into the rhythm and led 20-16 after 10 minutes. In the second quarter, there was only one team on the floor. Perkins punished his ex-team and then helped with the pressure on defense. And Itzon finally scored his first bucket of the night. Then Maccabi worked on a new trick. Fisher knocked the ball from the basket to Blumenthal, who was in charge of producing three-pointers. After a couple of shots from beyond the arc, he even played some defense and blocked Kuzikaro. The gap between the teams only widened, and then came the play of the game. Lazmir with this dunk. Where was he against Vienna last week? Before the break, Pini Gershon found some time to joke around with Avi Ashkenazi, and after 20 minutes, Maccabi was up 53-38. The home team kept on dictating the pace of the game, and 4 minutes to the end of the third quarter, the score was already 68-48. Haifa didn't let Maccabi to destroy it completely, and started to put some defense pressure on the hosts. The Greens kept Maccabi scoreless until the end of the quarter, and Richie Roby with a crazy long-distance three-pointer cut down the gap to 10 points, 10 minutes to the end. Itzon was very assertive in the beginning of the fourth and took it all out with this dunk. Now let's see him doing the same thing on Thursday against Real Madrid in the EuroLeague. At the end, Maccabi ran over Haifa, and after 40 minutes the scoreboard showed Maccabi 101, Haifa 79. After a great victory in Valencia, Hapoel Jerusalem hosted Maccabi Rishon LeZion, which carried to Malcha Arena 4 consecutive victories. 40 seconds to the end, Jerusalem's Iceman Yuval Naimi equalized the score at 84. Rishon lost the ball and Naimi had a chance to win the game. The ball simply didn't want to get in, and Rishon had an opportunity to seal the deal. O'Bannon, who ended up with 12, took responsibility, but he couldn't make it as well, and the game went into overtime. The extra minutes started tight, but then Yogev Ochayon took control and with 6 straight points put an end to it. Jerusalem wins, barely, 101-95. Gilboa Galil in red came to Ashkelon as the third-ranked team in the league with 4 consecutive victories, but that didn't impress Yoni Ashkelon's trio, Omar Sneed, Moran Roth, and Jeremy Baxter. The 3 players combined to 64 points as Sneed sets a new personal record for this season with 29 points. Baxter added 19 and Roth scored 16 on the way to the surprise of the round. Ashkelon wins over Gilboa Galil 84-68. Fula hosted Hapoel Holon for an important battle. Fula in white needed a victory. Justin Dentman, a 20 points night player, opened strong and put his team on top 17-2 after 5 minutes. Amazing. Holon went to Sasha Bratic, who averaged 6 points in his 2 games in Holon, but against Afula he had 18 after 20 minutes. Dorsman's players cut down the lead slowly but surely, and they went to the locker rooms down by only 7. The third quarter was owned by Holon, or to be more accurate, by Yoni Nir. The forward, who grew up in Maccabi Tel Aviv, gave his team the lead single-handedly. Nir was all over the place. Notice here his great defense, which led to points on the other end. Great game for Nir, who ended up with 17 points, and before the fourth quarter, Holon was already up by 4. Until the end, Nir and Avi Eliyahu made sure that the victory will stay purple. Jacob Jakes, who left the game with 5 fouls, took his anger out of the bench. At the end, Holon wins 95-88. Sami Bachar was the referee in the game between Ironim Ramat Gan, which hosted Bnei Hasharon. After first tie 10 minutes, Ramat Gan, who earned its first victory of the season last week, was totally lost in the second quarter, which ended, get this, with the score of 34-5 in favor of the visitors. No one really could have explained what happened there, but when Ramat Gan came out of the locker rooms to start the third quarter, they were down 24-50 and that the game was practically over. In the second half, the gap kept on growing. Bnei Hasharon humiliated Ramat Gan and wins 96-55. Barak Netanya tried to avoid the after-winning Maccabi game as it played in Nahariya. After 2.5 minutes, the home team led 14-0 with great shooting from the outside. Yet, step by step and with a lot of Danilo Pinok, who had 30 points in the game, the visitors managed to get back into it. In the beginning of the last quarter, Netanya took the lead for the first time in the game and didn't drop it until the end. Eric Alfasi's team gets another important road victory, 81-76. These were the highlights of the 12th round of the Israeli Premiership Basketball League. Thanks for watching. Check us out next week. Shalom and welcome to the highlights of the 20th round of the Israeli Premiership Soccer League. I'm Gil Barak. Here we go. After scoreless 72 minutes in the game between Maccabi Petach Tikva and Maccabi Haifa, a mistake by the hosts Magdalashvili fixed Haifa with a well-deserved goal. Dvalashvili with goal number 14 of the season gave his team a 1-0 victory, and for his coach Elisha Levy a reason to smile. Haifa wins and keeps a clean net for the 9th time of the season, thanks to the visitors who didn't jeopardize Davidovic's goal even once throughout the game. Maybe the craziest last 20 minutes of soccer game in the past years took place in the game between Hapoel Tel Aviv and Maccabi Netanya at Bloomfield Stadium. After scoreless 71 minutes, Omri Ben Arush scored the first for Netanya. Five minutes later, it was already 2-0 Netanya. Kavaran striked, Abarbanel lost the ball, and Saba doubled the score. In the 81st minute, Netanya is already up by 3 goals. Gazal with the assist, Saba scores his second, and the Red fans began to leave the stadium. Four minutes later, Gili Vermut started the host comeback. 5 minutes had gone by, and Hapoel got a penalty kick. Meri was pushed by Krupnik in the penalty area. Vermut kick didn't pass the goalkeeper. In the 86th minute, 2 Hapoel, 3 Netanya. This time it was Natcho with the assist and Badir found the net. In the 95th minute, Vermut equalized the score. Six goals in 24 minutes. Amazing. 3-3 at the end. It was Hapoel Akko which started well against Maccabi Tel Aviv. Adek scored the first in the 31st minute.
מכבי תל אביב
3 minutes into the second half, Lior Zhan with the assist to Ilya Yavorian, and the score is even at 1 apiece. Akko regained its advantage in the 61st minute. Strauber with a huge mistake allowed Shachar Simantov to score from a tough angle. The 17th minute, Maor Buzaglo entered the game with a great pass to Yossi Shipron, made it 2-2. The winning goal was scored in the 82nd minute. Ilya Yavorian completed a double, and Maccabi completes another important victory, 3-2 at the end. It took only 2 minutes for Hapoel Be'er Sheva to score a goal as it played against Beitar Jerusalem at Teddy Stadium. Hanan Fadida put the visitors on top. The referee decided on a 6-minute extra time period, and in the very last minute, this header from Tomer Ben Yosef equalized the score and finalized it 1-1 at the end. These were the highlights of the 20th round of the Israeli Premiership Soccer League. Thanks for watching. I'm Gil Barak. Check us out next week. So long.
And we are back for the second half. Just about to get underway. It's a 4-point lead for Haifa, 43-39. But right before we get back to the action, let's take a little pause and talk about the NBA. Simi, we got the All-Star Weekend in a week.
Yes.
Super Bowl on Sunday.
Yeah,
tomorrow. And then next week, the NBA All-Star Game. And there will be, for the first time ever, an Israeli representative there, Omri Kaspi.
He'll be in the rookie team that's playing against the second-year players on Friday night. It's a real honor. He was drafted number 23, and most of the guys that are playing were drafted from
top guns.
15 and under. He was an unknown. People didn't know who he was, a lot of people. He's really come along well. Last night they got blown out by Phoenix, but he had a 17-point game. They're having their problems there at Sacramento.
And the rookies team probably have their problems with the sophomore team because they've got a bunch of great players, including one of them who's actually playing in the All-Star game this year, Derrick Rose from Chicago.
Yeah, Derrick is a superstar who played for John Calipari at Memphis 2 years ago. Tyreek Evans is playing in the rookie team who played for Calipari last year. And John Wall, I'm sure, next year, who's playing for Calipari, Kentucky, will be at the rookie team, if not an all-star. It's a great tradition that Cal has. He's an excellent coach. He teaches these guys how to play. He's very strict and tough on them. But when they come out, they're really good players.
All right, and after that brief interlude, we bring you back to reality, back here to Israel, to Rishon LeZion, just south of Tel Aviv, where we're about to get underway here. And you see the other matchup, the main one, of course, Jefferson and McGee knotted at 12 points a game. You see there Rich and Larry O'Bannon both have 10 points tonight. And the teams are even as well. Top two guns for each team, bouncing each other out. And a 4-point game right now.
It's going to come down who plays better defense and who rebounds. You know, and also, of course, we're talking about who doesn't turn the ball over a lot.
So here comes Rishon with a new look here. They've got Tapiro and Aaron McGee in there, starting in the second half. Delron Johnson quiet in the first.
Yeah, he didn't really get a lot of game, Delron, in the first half. He played for like...
Rishon again with 3 guards there. Ben Shimol, O'Bannon, and Tapiro.
And that's a bad turnover. I mean, if you don't have a passing lane to Davon, just continue on. And
nice move there by O'Bannon. slicing the
I
defense.
really like him. He brings a lot to the plate when you're playing with Larry O'Bannon. I mean, Rick Pitino and Willard and all of them have done a great job with him.
And the lead is now 2. Jefferson out to a wide open Pelot Rosa. Cannot connect, but Kujikaro fighting hard against 4 guys, cannot get a grip.
Yeah, he tried to keep it alive, which was nice, but couldn't do it. And
O'Bannon underneath with a nice up and under move and the foul, and we're all tied up with Rishon having a chance to go to lead here.
yeah,
Take a look at this baseline. Gets hit up and under with the scoop.
and that's the 3rd foul on Jason Rich, which brings Richard Roby in for him.
So a big bucket there in more ways than one. And Larry O'Bannon with a chance to become, or already is, the game's high scorer with 14 points.
You gotta like him because he really doesn't force shots. He plays within the team concept. If you jam him real close, he'll put it on the floor and go to the bucket. If you don't come out on him, he'll nail the 3.
And he'll make your free throws too, an 88% free throw shooter. And Rishon LeZion with their first lead, Semi, if I'm not mistaken, since the beginning of this game.
Since
an 8-0 run to start it.
Yeah.
Haifa came back with a 9-0 run afterwards their own and haven't looked back since. Jefferson, tough shot, and he gets it.
And there's no foul called, which, you know, they bodied up on him. I mean, they didn't really punch him out, but it's not far from it.
O'Bannon feeling it right now. And again, into the lane, but that time rejected by Pelot Rosa. And Haifa turns it over again. Ben Shimol, that time they call it, and he got popped by
And that's a smart
Pelot
play
Rosa.
by Pelot Rosa, stopping the fast break. It was like a 2-on-0, and the ball out of bounds.
7th turnover, and the 3rd foul on Pelot Rosa. So Pelot Rosa strong, Jason Rich all with 3. No foul trouble on the Rishon end. Delron Johnson, rather McGee over there. And a steal by Kujikaro, but Ben Shimol recovers. McGee from the corner, gets it. He can shoot from everywhere out there. 5 for 6 tonight. He's got 14 points. It's been the O'Bannon-McGee show tonight. Jefferson stays with it and gets it, and the big news is that man in your screen, Jeremy Tyler, the high school phenom, going to make his first appearance of the evening. About to check in. You saw him a moment ago at the scorer's table. Didn't get much time at all a week ago.
And that's a wide open look. That's luck that ball didn't go down. The Haifa defense has cooled down.
Pelot Rosa into a streak, and Richard Roby turns around. Fadeaway, Jay, no good. But look at Pelot Rosa. Aggressive on the boards there.
Yeah, but they have to run an offense, Haifa.
And that's what they're going to try and do now. Jefferson demanding the ball. Even though the point guard should be leading it, Jefferson saying, I want it. Finds Roby. Air ball, nothing good there.
3 seconds on the 24-second clock.
And you see there the substitution now. Ben David in and Tyler. Pelot Rosa out, and we are going to have a timeout as well, so we'll be right back. Wait for Jeremy Tyler's appearance right after this. We're back. It's a 1-point lead for Haifa. This is our first time out in the second half, and you know what that means. Time to go buy your Maccabi Haifa merchandise.
Yeah, you know, you got to get your winter stuff, and if you don't, get your spring stuff. And if you don't talk to us.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Aaron, I love you.
Rishon LeZion's got 46 points, 29 of those belonging to O'Bannon and McGee. They have been the two-headed monster for them and kept them in this game so far, Simi.
Yeah, they've gotten 29 points out of the 46 points. I'm getting
heckled
by
the wife of Effie
Dvorah, the
Birnbaum.
wife of Effie Birnbaum. She's telling me that the ref doesn't have an idea what he's doing, and that's not far from the truth.
Yeah, and you know she's becoming an active part of our broadcast here. We hear her. I don't know if you guys can hear her in the background.
Dvorah's a legend in her own time.
And you see your husband there on your screen. Roby coming in, and they got bailed out.
Oh man, that's a foolish foul by the.
And you hear Effie Birnbaum's wife there saying, why did he foul him there? Meir Tapir with the third on him.
Yeah, he says, well, number 29, the referee number 29, says she says he doesn't have a clue.
And she's calling in also here now one shot. So we've got two coaches here from the Birnbaum family. Jefferson, two people on him. And they're going to call the reach-in on Larry O'Bannon.
Third foul on Larry.
Second team foul here. Hajjaj pulls up for three. No good, but look at Jefferson come in there, get the rebound, and put it back.
Head and shoulders above everything. And that's Grizzard should be putting a body on Davon. You know, I mean, that's a job. You got to box your players out. I mean, I'm sure Coach Gottfried would have said some not nice things about him.
There's O'Bannon. He draws the foul on Jeremy Tyler, who is in there right now and sporting a new hairdo as well.
And that's it, 2 shots.
Davon Jefferson leading in points and rebounds, 18 points, 6 rebounds. And drawing fouls as well, doing what is expected of him every night. Night in and night out, which is what made him the leading candidate for MVP so far in this season. Larry O'Bannon tonight showing he's no slouch either. He's up at 17 points right now.
Slouch is not the word. I love the kid, man. He's a real gentleman also.
Haifa, 1-point lead. We've got ourselves a tight one tonight. Benda with the left-handed floater.
Nice hook. I saw Benda's father here in the crowd someplace. He comes to all his games.
And he's got to be happy right now because Benda has reached his season high with 8 points. He's 4 for 4 from the field. Fighting down low with Tapiro. Physical play for those two veteran Israelis. Nice look there.
Oh, nice block.
And a block by Roby. And people here yelling, how could that not be a foul?
And the ball is going over because the ball never touched the rim. But I don't understand a lot of things, and this is one of the things I really don't understand because
that looked like a foul.
Yeah, but if that, either that or Rishon's ball, and they call a 24-second clock. And
no good there. The rebound eventually in the hands of Tapiro. We have got ourselves a nail-biter tonight. Back and forth affair. McGee down low. Nice shot, and he wanted the foul too.
He wanted a foul. He got fouled. Let's go that way.
Aaron McGee down with 16, so O'Bannon and McGee carrying the load tonight, and they are down by 1 thanks to those two guys. Jefferson has got Ben Shimol on him, should be able to have his way. Hajjaj for 3, got it.
And you got to love the kid Hajjaj. He missed his last 2 jump shots from 3, even though they were good shots, and then he knocks down the 3rd one.
And a good symptom to see how Haifa is doing is their pair of point guards. And they are having a great game tonight. Also Benda, also Hajjaj, and they've been playing a lot of minutes together as well.
Oh, nice play. Nice play.
And Jeremy Tyler.
Oh, nice pass by
with
Roby.
a dunk. We take a look at it again. You see the miss there, and here comes Haifa with Roby, sending it way up there.
Over.
Jeremy Tyler with a two-handed jam.
That's a nice play. That's a nice look by Roby and a great play by Jeremy Tyler.
And the guy who's had such an up and down rookie season, you got to pull for him. Misses the free throw there. And it's going to be Haifa ball, and the fans here are incredulous in Rishon LeZion tonight.
And Itai Lev is coming in for Tapiro.
Jeremy Tyler, you saw just a moment ago, played last year in San Diego High School, only averaging just over 2 points a game this season in a very limited time. But has had some nice minutes here and there, crashing the boards, and like you saw there, running the court. Jefferson in the lane, pulls up, tips in there. Tyler almost gets it, keeps it live. Jefferson with the rebound and the bucket.
And that's, you got to give a lot of credit to Jeremy Tyler
For keeping that ball alive.
The ball alive. He almost made the bucket. And then Davon coming back. Here we go, Davon pulling up. The ball won't go in. Jeremy keeps it on the rim, and Davon, the superstar that he is, picks it up, puts it back in. All of a sudden, it's an 8-point game.
Just like that, a moment ago they were down by 1,
And now
they're up by 9, so a 10-point swing there, and you see the numbers for Jefferson. 20 and 8. We're going to take a break. So we're still in the timeout, but here's a little bit of information for you back home, and the battle of the rebounds tells it all. 25 rebounds for Haifa, 10 of them offensive, only 14 rebounds overall.
And that's what I was talking to
for Rishon
at the halftime. Whoever controls the boards is going to win the game. And you got to pull down the amount of turnovers that you have.
And Davon Jefferson doing his thing. 21 points, 8 rebounds for him. Just another night at the office for Davon Jefferson. As you see the numbers there we just spoke of a minute ago. Second chance points, 8-0 for Haifa. And that's Haifa's bread and butter. They leading the league in rebounds and in defense. That's how they win games all season long. Erez Markovic, longtime captain, a year ago played for Jerusalem, and this year in Rishon, and he is watching his team suffer an 8-0 run the last 2.5 minutes.
He played with Dror Hajjaj on Rishon's youth club.
Aaron McGee pushing in on Tyler. Jefferson coming in with the help, and he's probably going to get called for that foul.
No, what's his name got called?
Jeremy
Tyler got called for it.
So it's 2 on him, and you'll notice that Larry O'Bannon not in the game now because he picked up his 4th foul before, and that is huge because he is their leading scorer with 17 points, and really the guy who's been keeping them in this game has to sit on the bench now.
So they're really going to go to Aaron McGee. Grizzard's been very quiet this game.
As has been Delron Johnson.
Well, Delron Johnson hasn't gotten a lot of minutes. Here we have a bit of a press.
Whoa, and look at flying through the air, Roby. Poetry in motion.
Oh, that was a nice layup.
Yehu Orland in there trying to give him that three-point threat. Down low, Grizzard. And he gets a bucket there, and only 4 points for Rod Grizzard tonight.
But the weak side help has to come in front of the player, not behind the player.
And Aaron McGee made that happen. Benda fakes the 3. Hajjaj out to Benda in the corner. There is Jeremy Tyler crashing the boards, keeps it alive again, and Roby has it. So credit Jeremy Tyler.
And you got to give the kid a lot of credit. He's become a physical player in the league all of a sudden. I had a couple of words with him before the game, and he was upset that he didn't play last week. And I said, look, you got to earn your minutes in practice. You play good in practice, they'll let you play in the game, plain and simple.
And right now, in his limited time on the court, he's making his presence felt with
He's
two
active.
crucial
He's active.
offensive rebounds.
Also defensively, he's active. He won't let guys score layups. He'll put you on the front. What are you supposed to do?
And thanks to him, Richard Roby at the line now, and the lead for Haifa is 9. So Rishon finds themselves in a pickle right here in the third with their best player riding the bench. Roby almost gets a steal there. Lev going in. Grizzard finishes with the right hand this time.
And that's Roby going for a steal instead of playing good defense, and Itai Leib beat his man. All of a sudden, you got a zone defense, a 2-1-2 zone.
Benda to the corner, down to Jeremy Tyler, trying his luck down there, but he gets the ball stolen from the weak side. Itai Lev didn't see him coming. Grizzard fakes it. Ben Shimol. Itai Lev getting some minutes now. Rod Grizzard with the penetration. Tough play, sticks with it and taps it in. So Rod Grizzard coming alive here with 6 points in the third quarter.
And going into that zone defense has knocked off Haifa's game, and the ball hasn't been going to Davon. He hasn't touched the ball.
Roby in the corner, wide open for three. Can't get it. And Rishon now not throwing in the towel. They're down by 5 with a minute and a half to go in the third. And here they come with Avi Ben Shimon.
And you figure, you know, they would learn from last week.
Nice look. Dunk by Aaron McGee. Nice dime by Avi Ben Shimon. Timeout Haifa. The lead's down to 3. We'll be right back. The fans getting into it here in Rishon as their team has come alive and battled back a lot thanks to that man in your screen there, number 13, Aaron McGee, leading scorer for them and going toe-to-toe with Davon Jefferson tonight in our matchup. You see them both with 20 points.
Aaron, the whole thing is that the guards are penetrating and the big men are picking them up and the rotations are coming late and Aaron's open under the basket or Grizzard open under the basket. The guards are not playing good defense. For Haifa.
And Jefferson and McGee taking advantage of that. McGee not as much on the rebounds, but you see the points there. Both men with over 20 points this evening and a 3-point lead with a minute 15 to go in the third.
And ever since they were up 9, Davon hasn't touched the ball.
Jeremy Tyler is out. Kujikaro is back in. Benda finds Rich in the corner. Nice fake. Gets open, takes the jumper, and gets it.
Nice offense. Ball went side to side. People picked up. Wide open jump shot. The closeout was late. You have to remember, Grizzard's a lefty.
And he pulls up for a tough three, and he gets it. That was an NBA shot right there.
Oh.
With the killer crossover and drills it with Jefferson in his face. Grizzard's got 11.
And that's what I'm saying. He's very up and down.
Nice ball movement for Haifa. Rich on the baseline gets it off the backboard.
And he got hit. And
from that angle.
They didn't make the call.
How do you like that? From that angle to get it off the backboard.
That's insane. We got last 10 seconds of the quarter.
4-point lead for Haifa. These teams are deadlocked at 24 apiece in this quarter. And here's the steal by Haifa.
There was a call. That's
And
a two-shot foul.
Pelo Rosa trying to heave it to maybe make it 3, but it's not going to happen probably. And Pelo Rosa, the team's leading free throw shooter, is going to go to the line.
And the foul was on Itai Lev. Except he's not on. Oh, he is on the court.
Jefferson going to take a seat here. In the last 3.6 seconds, Strong into the game. Roby in. And Pelo Rosa rattles it home. .89% free throw shooter, and his numbers have dipped since he's been in the starting lineup, oddly enough. A spark plug off the bench. Yehu Orland from half court heaves it. No good. And that'll do it.
Tomorrow night, that would have been a field goal.
Who knows? Stay tuned for the Super Bowl tomorrow night, but here it is a 6-point lead for Haifa. We'll be right back with our final period after this. About to get the final period underway, and you see some of the main highlights from the third over there, and Rod Grizzard was a big part of it for Rishon, giving them a spark until Jefferson closing it out for Haifa, and they're up by 6 now. But this is anybody's game. We've seen streaks this way and that, Simi. Back and forth at fair.
That's the whole thing. You know, Haifa lets Rishon back in the game when their defense breaks down. The guards have to keep them out of the paint or push them to a side so the rotations are much easier when they're helping each other. And now we got a zone defense against a box and one, actually.
And the ball somehow stays in Haifa's hands after it goes off of a Rishon player. Pelo Rosa for 3. Jefferson goes up hard and hit McGee, and again no call. The fans here not happy with the officiating this evening.
A box and one on Jason Rich.
Ben Shimon throws it away. Rich gets it all alone. He had Ben David with him, but he wanted to go coast to coast. Third foul on Ben Shimon.
Yep.
Jefferson, room to work, but it gets stripped behind. Nice play by Itai Lev there. In the right place.
That's the boy. I had a scholarship at the University of Kentucky. I told that to Larry O'Bannon. He said, if you would have been there, you never would have come back.
Yehu Orland there. You see the quick release, but he is not.
That's a bad shot. That's a bad shot.
He is not on his game tonight.
He didn't have his legs set. And Haifa really does not know what to do against this box and one.
Benda pulls up for 3. The league leader and 3-point shooting.
But that's not an offense, Aaron. That's just an individual play.
No, but you know what? He's got 11 points, and that's the first time this season he's been in double figures. So congratulations, Benda, with his dad here watching tonight. And the foul on Jefferson.
That's his second. Both teams have one foul this period. Tapiro coming in now for Yehu Orland.
Amit Ben David, 57% from a 3-point land. Much higher than he shoots from 3 points from 2-point land. Ben Shimol throws it away. Pelot Rosa hit Tapiro in the leg, but Pelot Rosa recovers all the way, ran out of room, rejected by Grizzard. That wasn't very pretty basketball. The travel. They call the travel.
Jesse has to understand that if there's a steal and it's not a clear way, he should hold the ball and give it to the point guard.
The rejection by Grizzard, but then they call him for the travel, or they call Tapiro for the travel. And just fueling more fire here among the fans, who are very displeased with this game so far. Jesse in the corner, working on Lev. And the strip there on Lev. And Pelot Rosa is going to go to the line, and Simi getting an earful from Devora Birnbaum. At least she's not cursing like the guy behind me over here, Simi.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
They paid the price. And O'Bannon's in for Ben Shimol.
And O'Bannon has 4 fouls. So he's got to be very careful in the last 8 minutes and 1 second of this game.
He just has to go out and play.
Or he could do that. Pelot Rosa. 4 for 5 from the line tonight. 5 for 6. And they're going to give him 2 points.
They gave him 2 points on that because he touched the ball above the rim.
So Pelot Rosa is going to take what he can get. There's Tapiro.
Oh,
no
wow.
good.
That was short.
And Tapiro's going to take it again, and he
mean,
missed it again.
Oh,
and look at McGee, and he goes down hard. And he took a hard hit. We heard it all the way over here.
well,
He hit his head,
well, when
Simi.
he landed,
Yeah, snapped his head. And he is down.
and that's a healthy boy, you know, I mean.
He is a strong, strong kid. Not even a kid anymore. Let's take a look at the replay over there.
Yeah.
Tapiro with 2 shots, the rebound over there, and his just legs got taken out of him. And that's Kujikaro, and boom, and his head hit the deck there. A little woozy, but Aaron McGee is going to get up from that. And he is going to go to the line, and he's earned it. A 12-point lead.
I don't know if he's going to the line.
Well, he should.
They're
going to call a flagrant on this
really?
one, actually, on Ito Kujikaro, and so he will go to the line. A 12-point lead for Haifa, their largest of the game. And the heckling continues, Simi. Should we translate what they're saying for our fans back home?
Well, you know, a lot of them are yelling that they don't know how to ref, that they should get a real job.
Go home and watch the game, and something about their mother, I think. But I don't know. I didn't get that part.
No, that was the part about the sister.
Aaron McGee makes them both 8 for 9. He's gotten to the line quite a bit. We talked about a week ago in Jerusalem when they had a tough loss there. He was 13 for 15. And tonight, he's the game's leading scorer with 22. He's still out there after taking a licking. Grizzard, tough shot. And the foul will be called on Amit Ben David.
You know, what these kids, some of these kids have to learn is you don't have to block every shot. You just have to make it as difficult as possible. So instead of jumping and trying to block the shot, you just stand there with your hands up.
Levs takes a seat. Ben Shimol is back in, and Rishon going to go with their toughest lineup that they have. Ben Shimol and Tapiro, the Israelis.
They're going with
O'Bannon,
they're going
Grizzard,
with 3 guards.
and McGee. Grizzard makes it, and slow start for him. He's come on strong. He's got 12 points now.
And Dror Hajjaj is in for Benda.
And double up there on Rich. trying to break it down. The fans want it to be an 8-second call, but they managed to cross half court in time.
Now just run your offense. They're in a zone.
Starting lineup for Haifa now. Hajjaj in the lane. The rebound Jefferson, with the foul is called against a Rishon player.
And you can't, if you're Rishon LeZion, you can't let Dror Hajjaj split the guards and go up for an easy jump shot. That means you're not playing defense. You got to keep him outside and make him pass the ball. Now Rishon's in a man-to-man.
Kujikaro out to Rich. Down to Kujikaro again, finds Palot Rosa. Good defense by Rishon. Shot clock down to 10. Jefferson goes down and throws it down with authority.
Grizzard tried to steal the ball instead of playing tough defense, and Davon sealed him off and threw it down on his face. And now it's 11 points.
And Davon Jefferson leading Maccabi Haifa tonight after a couple of weeks in which the team having trouble against some top
Nice
teams.
play. Nice pass. Backdoor pass, give and go. The big man went on to, and Aaron McGee got the shot. And now we got a timeout.
Timeout means we take a break. We'll be right back after this. So we're back with 6:35 to go in the game. It's an 11-point lead for Haifa, 77-66. And you take a look there at Meir Tapiro, who's had a hard time tonight. It's really been all about Aaron McGee, Larry O'Bannon, and Rod Grizzard. And on the other side, the Davon Jefferson show. He's got 23 points, 9 rebounds, helped out by Rich's 14 and Ben David's 11.
Aaron has a 2-shot foul. You know, Coach Birnbaum of Rishon has a problem. He doesn't have complete players. Aaron McGee plays the offense. He's a weak defensive player. Grizzard, I don't know what happened to him today. He hasn't played. Tapiro's a weak defensive player and good offensive player. So what you're doing is you're playing offense against defense, except this isn't hockey.
Yep. And that was the 4th foul against Jason Rich. So he is one away from taking a seat in the pine for the rest of the evening. A 10-point lead now. And there is Rich.
Oh.
No good, the rebound, McGee. Ben Shimon drives, tries to thread the needle there, but that was tough. McGee again down low. Grizzard, just ball gets out of his hands.
Foul, intentional foul, because he was the last man back, and he held him off not to be able to go. And that's an accident. The ball popped out of his hand.
Yep.
So that means 2 foul shots and the ball on the side.
And that's a huge swing there because he was open for three-pointer.
Yeah, it could have been a 7-point game.
And instead of that, it's going to be at least a 12 here, perhaps. And according to Effie Birnbaum's wife, shouldn't have been a flagrant foul, Simi. But according to her, a lot of things have been going wrong tonight.
Jason can't seem to find himself.
Jason gets 1 or 2. He's only a 70% free throw shooter
and that's surprising
on the season.
Because he has a good touch. You know, he's a... And there's 6 minutes left to the game, and it's a 12-point game.
An 11-point lead now for Haifa.
Oh, I'm sorry, 11 points. Excuse me.
That's okay. And Hajjaj trying to break down the defense here as they just need to cruise till the ending unless Rishon comes through. Mismatch down low. Jefferson's got the shorter O'Bannon on him and gets the ball. Floats it in there over Aaron McGee, and Jefferson is just having himself one of those great evenings
tonight. There's no
tonight.
reason for a switch on that. Just play defense.
Aaron McGee.
Oh, my God.
Throws it off. Grizzard gets it back and puts it in.
And that's what I was talking about. Whoever dominates the defensive boards.
Jason Rich throws it away. Nice defense there by Ben Shimol, filling out the passing lane. 3-on-2. He goes all the way and finishes it.
And all of a sudden, it's a 9-point game.
No quit in this Rishon team, and Avi Ben Shimol now in double figures as well. The fourth Rishon player to be there. A nice defensive stand there and coast-to-coast bucket for him.
Yeah, but everybody's standing still and watching Davon. And that's not the way you play the game. They're
And
just
the
standing
foul is
still,
called.
and it's a shooting foul. It's a fifth foul of the period. And that's Grizzard's fourth foul.
So a lot of foul trouble for Rishon now. O'Bannon, Tapiro, Grizzard, three of their big guys have 4 fouls.
Yeah, both teams are in a shooting situation.
And if Jefferson gets one of these, he will reach his season high. And he does. So with all the great performances we've seen this season from Davon Jefferson, tonight is his all-season high with 26
well, they
points.
learned from last week that he didn't touch the ball after the first period. They're giving him the ball. And plus he's being dominating on the defensive rebound.
His career high in Israel is 31 points. He got it a year ago against Kiryat Ata. Aaron McGee, hard down. He is a big boy.
Whoa, he forced that in. He pushed that through the basket. It's an 8-point game.
And Aaron McGee has 25 as well. So not giving up here. It's just a couple possessions back and forth, and Aaron McGee has been a scoring machine tonight for Rishon. Having his way down low, nobody can match up with him there. Rich from the corner for 3. Big arc, big bucket.
Now that's a smart play because there was a switch. O'Bannon went on to Davon. They threw the ball into him. They threw it back out. They threw it to Kushikawa that was on the weak side.
And the putback by Grizzard.
Excuse me.
How do you like that? That's going to make the highlight reel this week.
Well, excuse me.
Off the backboard, rams it down with 2 hands and keeps his team within striking distance.
It's a 9-point game. You know, but the whole thing is that
Jefferson for 3. No good. The rebound to Piro. And here comes Rishon. Grizzard all the way. Nice move. Cannot finish it.
And Davon made him change the shot. And that's a very important thing because that would have made it 7.
Lots of highlights in this one as Davon joins the offense after that athletic exhibition. Kushikaro gets it. Nowhere to go. They don't call the foul that time.
Unbelievable what's going on.
So the ref's going to let them play. O'Bannon for 3. No good. Rebound Roby. And Mayor Tapiro not happy about that. And Kushikaro all alone.
And that's an intentional foul.
And that's a flagrant.
That's a flagrant foul also.
Ben Shimol comes down and karate chops him, and that's the 4th foul for him.
There's a lot of lunacy going on here.
This is a crazy one. The fans getting into it. Really, we're very close to the action this evening in our temporary booth here, and we're hearing it from the fans as well, Simi.
Yeah, well, you know.
You see the dunk there by Grizzard, which got them going.
And that's a 2-shot foul and the ball on the side with 3 minutes and 3 seconds left.
The fans giving the ref an earful here. And Kushikawa has a couple of freebies from the line.
That's a 10-point game now.
He's had a relatively quiet evening, 7 points and 3 rebounds for Ito. But you've heard it from him many times before. He'd rather score 2 and win than score 20-something and lose, as he has been in our booth after the games. And his team in good position right now, up by 11 with just over 3 minutes to go.
And what has to happen is Haifa can't turn the ball over.
Oh, look at that pass.
And
the pass by Hajjaj.
Yeah, and that's because the defense on the outside, Ben Shimol played terrible defense. and Hajjaj got through. Big man had to come over, and then Hajjaj, who's an unselfish player, throws it inside.
And Jefferson adding to his season high, and it looks like they have control of this now. Hajjaj steps out of bounds, and the fans giving it here to the refs, and the chants, Simi, are better. They're calling them betters, and of course that is a reference to the scandal going on right now in the league with the referees and all of their tax issues. We'll be right back after this. Stay tuned. 13-point lead for Haifa.
And the fans are throwing money on the court.
I know, that is something else. They are waving 20 shekel bills at the refs here.
100 shekel bills, and telling them that what they think of their whole family.
Yeah.
And it's a 13-point game with 2:35 left in the game.
Somebody threw a bagel on them. That, of course, is Avner Koppel in your screen, the commissioner of the league. He's probably not too happy to see things flying on the court and fans waving change. But listen, you got to be honest. The refs did not call a very good game tonight.
Yeah, but, you know, I mean, that happens. It was a very not good game for both sides. It wasn't just a not good game for one side.
O'Bannon trying to get in there. Foul on Roby. So O'Bannon creating the contact.
And again, Aaron, I'm telling you, instead of trying to block everything, just try to make it as hard as possible on your offensive man.
And it's a smart play for Larry O'Bannon, an 88% free throw shooter. He's going to go to the line now, and time stands still with 2.5. But as I often do when I say it, they miss it.
You're
I
just
don't know.
a major league jinx.
I don't know how that happens.
Jinx Aaron. Aaron Jinx.
1 out of 2 for O'Bannon.
Isn't there a guy in a Fuller by the name of Jinx?
Jenks. Yeah,
okay,
Jenks.
there you go. You see that?
Rich trying to break down the defense. Popped out from behind by O'Bannon, but it will remain Haifa ball. 2.5 to go as the berating continues from Effie Birnbaum's wife. We're getting all nice and personal this evening with the fans here, Sammy. They stuck us right amid the first row here, so we're giving you a nice vantage point.
That's all right. I don't mind.
I don't either. It's nice to be among the locals. Up high, Jefferson, and he got pushed.
And nobody called that foul?
Nice look by Kujikaro. And security guard now standing in front of us here because we're having trouble seeing the game. He's trying to block them from throwing things on the court. And Simi getting into an argument with him right now. So Simi's back after having an argument here with the security guard.
Just explaining to him that he's built like me. He can't see through him. He hasn't missed a meal in a month either.
It's been a heck of an evening here, Simi. We've gotten our entertainment value. Hope that you have as well. Hajjaj hits that one, and that should ice it.
That should really ice it. It's a 14-point game. A minute and 45 left. Nothing left but the fat lady singing.
Or the fat security guard in this case.
Or Grizzard with a 3. Misses it.
And all Haifa right now, and it's all over but the shouting. And it's very rare that we see Haifa score 90 points in a game, Simi. They're a team usually in the mid-70s.
Well, again, I'm going to tell you again, Rishon LeZion is a very weak defensive team. They got players that play offense, and they got players that play defense. But they don't have too many players that play both.
Oh, and Jefferson trying to go for the alley-oop to Roby, a little bit off his mark.
And it's a minute 12 to go. And this is a very important win for the Haifa team because they had a 2-game losing streak.
Nice move there by Ben
And the next game that they play is against the Galil Elyon in 2 weeks.
Now it only counts as 2 points, but that was a sweet move by Avi Ben-Shimol to the hoop.
Avi Ben-Shimol's a nice player.
He's had a really nice game tonight. 12 points for him, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. And the fans pulling up a Sami Bachar sign, Semi. Kujikaru down low.
Nice pass.
Bucket and the foul.
Really nice pass by Roby. A flick pass. And there's the three coaches in your screen. Mickey
Gorka along with Elad Hassan and Avi Ashkenazi.
And Avi Ashkenazi. And they got to be happy. I mean, you know, I'll tell you what. Jeremy Tyler really helped tonight.
Yeah,
when he
only
came
2 points to his name, but he played hard.
He played hard and he
got good rebounds.
shots and kept balls alive, and those are important things.
And Avi Ashkenazi, Ito Kujikaru, 11 points, and so quietly, he gets the job done.
And Jefferson's coming in, going out.
And getting a well-deserved hand from his teammates.
Yep.
So Haifa with one of their top offensive performances of the season. 93
and 3.
Ben-Shimol ended up with 15. He's been one of the most impressive guys for and Haifa's going to wait here. They're going to have to heave a shot before this game expires, but Roby there. Oh, the steal by Ben-Shimol. He almost stepped in the ball. Nobody wants to get hurt at this stage. And really, really angry fans here, Simi. I don't think I've seen this all season long, the fans getting into it as much as they had tonight. Hajjaj throws that one up, gets it at the end of the 24th shot. And
7 seconds left.
95 points for Haifa. That'll do it. And that'll be the end. 95-81 your final score. Maccabi Haifa comes on strong in the 4th period, outscoring Rishon by 8 points and having one of their biggest offensive outputs this season. 95 points for them. The leading scorer, of course, with Davon Jefferson with his season high 28 points. And later on, you see 4 other guys getting into double figures, led by Rich with 18, Kujikaru 11, Ben David a season high for him, 11 points, and his backcourt mate Hajjaj with 10. Aaron McGee, the main man for Rishon, 25. O'Bannon, Grizzard, Ben-Shimol also high scoring, but they didn't get anything from anybody else tonight, Semi.
Yeah, but, you know, the whole thing is that Haifa had a 54-point second half. And that shows a lack of defense on the Rishon LeZion team. Really surprising because they have the athletes, they have the talent. I don't know what it is, either not putting in the effort or, you know, and they got behind and they don't have a defensive system where they're pushing people to an area. You know, I'm really shocked.
And we are going to be joined momentarily by Davon Jefferson. First, let's take a look at the stats over there. You see the numbers. 95 points for Haifa. The rebounds really telling the whole story there. You see 13 offensive rebounds for Haifa to 7 only for Rishon. Also on the defensive as well, 33 to 25 altogether. And the free field goal percentage, Haifa winning that out as well. Only thing that Rishon really had an advantage on was the three-point shooting, but it wasn't enough as Maccabi Haifa runs away with it in the 4th quarter and ends up with a victory after 2 losses in a row. And indeed, we are joined right now by Davon Jefferson, who joins us here in our booth tonight. Davon Jefferson, season high for you, 28 points after a couple of weeks which were hard for your team, both as a team, and also you personally a week ago having a hard time getting the ball against Tel Aviv. Tell us what tonight was like for you with his breakout performance.
Tonight I just made sure I came out very aggressive. I decided today I'm just going to be more aggressive this whole second half of the season. I don't think the first half I was too much aggressive. So this half you're going to see a lot more aggressiveness out of me, just, you know, as far as getting to the rack, getting to the rim. So that was the main thing. And, you know, of course, our defense. We didn't play too good of a defense, but, you know, we did a lot of scoring today, so that helped us out.
You know, I was speaking to the coaches during the week, And I said to him last week, 11 points in the first quarter for Davon. Never saw the ball again. That cannot happen with the Maccabi Haifa team. And I explained to him also, we were talking about it, I said it's making the other players better, and because they double on you. The ball came back out. Jason had good looks. Jesse had good looks. Your guards, your point guards played real. You know, how do you feel about your point guards? Do you feel they're improving during the course of the year?
Yeah, our point guards is improving a lot. It took us a while to get to know where everybody would like to have the ball at, where everybody's comfortable with having the ball. So right now in the second half of the season, we just getting better at that, just getting everybody where they like to have the ball at in their sweet spots. And we just playing a lot of better team basketball.
And wasn't it nice to see Jeremy Tyler be
Come
so
in
active, aggressive on the boards, helping you, tipping the ball, you getting a couple of points after tipping? What is going on with him?
He's been working hard every day in practice. That's where it starts at. Coach humbled him a lot the whole, first half of the season by not playing him as much. So this half of the season, expect to see more out of him. I think he's going to play a lot more. He's a big body. He's aggressive. So I think he definitely going to start playing more and more the season coming along, and hopefully he's in there, the last 5 minutes of the game, because he is talented and we do need him.
Tell us, Davon, today you talked about the defense not being up to speed, but the offense today, 95 points for your team. Tell us a little bit about the mano-a-mano matchup you had there with Aaron McGee. There were some points in the game you guys were just going at it.
And Grizzard.
Yeah, I respect their team a lot. They got a lot of players that we played against last year, so we already knew what to expect out of them. We played them once. They're a good team. They can beat any team in the league any night, so you just got to be careful with them and just try to contain them. That's the only thing you really could do with them.
What did you do with Grizzard? I mean, he was non-existent for like the first half, and then in the third quarter he went off crazy, and then he was non-existent again in the second half.
What happened was, he's a good player. You got to respect him, and a lot of the point guards, they start dribbling to penetrating our defense, and we got to step up and help. And he got a lot of easy dump off, easy buckets. So that got him going. He started scoring a little bit off easy little buckets. So that got him going. So then he started finding his shot. You know what I mean? So, that's what happens, with good players, All you need is to let them do a score once, and they'll get it going.
What does this victory tonight mean for your team after these two tough losses? Really your first losing streak of the season against Jerusalem, that heartbreaker at the end, and then last week you get blown out by Tel Aviv. Were there any kind of feelings this weekend in the locker room like, wow, we really need this for our confidence?
We knew we needed to win this game because this is a tough place to play at. A lot of teams lose here. They play a lot of teams tough here, so we just know we needed to come here and get as many road games as possible, like how we did the first half of the season, win as many road games as possible.
And this is a team that won their last 4 out of 5, losing a heartbreaker to Jerusalem last week.
Yeah.
So they were on a good streak.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, they was on a good winning streak too. So we knew that, and we knew they was playing well with a lot of confidence in their building. So we just had to try to come out and beat it out of them. Pretty much.
Literally.
Well, you managed to do it tonight, Davon. 95-81, your team wins. You get a week off now because of the Cup Championship
2 weeks.
a week ago. So you've got 2 weeks now. We will see you again in 2 weeks in Haifa with a big game against Galil Gilboa. I know you guys
remember
want to get even with them
time
over there. So
Davon,
yeah, man,
50 it was, right?
They did it real bad, real bad.
So you've been thinking about that for a while. Stay tuned all season long on triangleinternet.tv. That'll do it for us tonight. We'll see you back in 2 weeks. Until then, good evening from Rishon.